Hello, welcome to our VE75 celebrations, commemorations, and all the things that we're going to be doing in Belton and Borough Castle. We're going to begin with the last post. Those who gave so much, we thank you. The nation's toast to the heroes of World War II. So now as we begin to celebrate, enjoy your afternoon tea, we're going to hear the Churchill speech. I hope you are managing to get out of the few drops of rain that we're having. But enjoy yourselves.
Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, General Jodl, the representative of the German High Command, and of Grand Admiral Dönitz, the designated head of the German state, signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied expeditionary forces and simultaneously to the Soviet High Command. Hostilities will end officially at 1 minute after midnight tonight, Tuesday, the 8th of May. But in the interest of saving lives, the ceasefire began yesterday to be sounded along all the fronts. The German war is therefore at an end. We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing. Today is Victory in Europe Day.
We're asking you to send us some photographs of all the things that you're up to today, of your afternoon tea as it's put on the table, or the games that you play, or just how well you're dressed up for the occasion, or your house is dressed up, or the space in which you are spending this afternoon. We've got a competition. We've got prizes for the best dressed space or place and for the best dressed people. Do take part and enjoy yourselves. We've also got a lot of music coming up from people in the village, from Tracy, from Jim and Barbie. They're all part of the Cat's Pyjamas. Some of you might have come across them. We've got music from Elvis at 3:30, as well as wartime memories from different people who live in our village. I hope you have a great afternoon celebrating. And I want to read to you a poem that says, "Unmentioned in Dispatches," because this is what it's about today. Some of them never come home to fanfares. They dump their kit bags down at the door, kiss their wives and let their children wrestle 'em down to the kitchen floor, switch the telly on, pour out a whiskey, search for the local football score. Some of them skip the quayside welcome, dodge the bunting and the cannonade, make their landfall in silent harbours, nod to the Coast Guard, but evade the searchlight of public scrutiny like those engaged in the smuggling trade. Some of them land at lonely airfields, far removed from the celebration, hang their flying gear in a locker, cadge a lift to the railway station, make for home and take for granted the short-lived thanks of a grateful nation. Some of them miss the royal salute, the victory parade along the Mall, the fly-past, the ships in formation passing the cheering crowds on the harbour wall. Remembered only by friends and relatives. Some of them never come home at all. Of the many thoughts that people have shared with me in leading up to today was how grateful they were for the end of the war, and we'll hear some of that later. But Margaret Dunsford told me that her and her sisters used to shelter in the hallway of the bungalow in the war when bombs were falling. She was just so grateful. The most pleasant parts of the war was coming home to lunch from school and listening to AFM, wonderful jazz and big band music. It gave her a lifelong love of jazz. But she hated those air raids. The adults used to go in for tea, but the children were in the air raid shelter whenever a raid took place. And how we have pouring rain amidst our afternoon tea. But we're now going to move on and hear music from Tracy. Thank you.
I wrote my mother, I wrote my father, and now I am writing you too. I'm sure of mother, I'm sure of father, and now I want to be sure, very, very sure of you. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me, anyone else but me. No, 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 don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me, anyone else but me, anyone else but me. No, 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 don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me till I come marching home. I just got word from a guy who heard from the guy next door to me. The girl he met just loves to pet and it fits you to a T. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me, anyone else but me, anyone else but me. No, 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 don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me, anyone else but me, anyone else but me. No, 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 don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me till I come marching home, till I come marching home. Say there's a troop ship just leaving Bombay, bound for old Blighty shore, heavily laden with time-expired men, bound for the land they adore. There's many an airman just finishing his time, there's many a twerp signing on. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean. Cheer up my lads, bless them all, bless them all, bless them all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s, bless all the corporals and their blinking sons, 'cause we're saying goodbye to them all, as back to their billets they crawl. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean. Cheer up my lads, bless them all. They say if you work hard you'll get better pay. We've heard all that before. Clean up your buttons and polish your boots, scrub out the barrack room floor. There's many a rookie has taken it in, hook, line and sinker and all. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean. Cheer up my lads, bless them all, bless them all, bless them all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s, bless all the corporals and their blinking sons, 'cause we're saying goodbye to them all, as back to their billets they crawl. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean. Cheer up my lads, bless them all, they say that the sergeant's a very nice chap. Oh, what a tale to tell. Ask him for leave on a Saturday night, he'll pay your fare home as well. There's many an airman has blighted his life through writing rude words on the wall. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean. Cheer up, my lads, bless them all. Bless them all, bless them all. The long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s. Bless all the corporals and their blinking sons, 'cause we're saying goodbye to them all, as back to their billets they crawl. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean. Cheer up, my lads, bless them all. My love, all my kissing, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were meant for me. All of my life I've been awaiting, tonight there'll be no hesitating, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were meant for me. Stars appear and shadows are falling. You can hear my heart calling. Little bit of love makes everything right. I'm gonna see my baby tonight. Oh my love, oh my kissing, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were meant for me. All my life I've been awaiting, tonight there'd be no hesitating, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were meant for me. Stars appear, shadows are falling. You can hear my heart calling. A little bit of love makes everything right. I'm gonna see my baby tonight. Oh my love, oh my kissing, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were meant for me. Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 10 4-bit broom. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. Third boxcar midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. All worn out suit and shoes, I don't pay no union dues. I smoke oat starches I have found, short but not too big round. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all of the children and all of their names, every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked, no one's around. I sing trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 10 4-bit broom. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road, king of the road, king of the road. That's the first.
So Maureen, tell me a little bit about your experiences of VE Day in Borough Castle. You talked to me earlier about a party that you had. Where was that and what did you do?
Well, the party was on High Road opposite the Laurels, near where Sue Carrier lives, on that field there. And it was for all the village children. We had races, the traditional races that you used to have, egg and spoon, three-legged sack race, wheelbarrow, ordinary races, and they were in age groups. And the winners received saving stamps. And if you go up High Road now, there is still the building there. I think it's absolutely covered in ivy now. And that was, during the war, it was designated the rest centre for the village. And that was where we had our tea.
Can you remember what you had for that tea?
No, I really can't. I think it probably would have been spam and jam.
You told me that your mum was very busy on that day.
Yeah, well, this was, thinking about this, that must have been beforehand, I think, because they must have said in advance when it was going to be declared. Well, because how did they know to order the food? They must have known in advance, mustn't they? But yeah, my mum was very, very busy. Our back door was open and everyone along the row was coming in and out because my mum was making no end of rosettes, red, white and blue rosettes. But thinking back, I wonder where she got the material or the ribbon from, because it was the end of the war. She wouldn't have been able to get it. So I can only think I remember seeing her big old rag bag. She had a rag bag with her sewing. And I can only think that they were old clothes. Perhaps one of her pre-war dresses or my hand-me-downs or even my little brother's rompers. But I think she must have used old material because I just can't think where she got it all from. But certainly she made dozens and dozens of these rosettes. Yeah.
So apart from the really the lovely party that you remember and on the day, what was your what were you pleased that the war? Why were you pleased that the war had finished? What was it that you were so thankful for?
Oh, we were so happy. But me personally, I didn't have to take my gas mask to school anymore. I absolutely hated taking my gas mask. And the younger children had what they said were Mickey Mouse gas masks for younger children. And I think it was on a Friday at Barrowcastle School, we used to have practice for putting on our gas masks. And I absolutely hated it. I hated taking my gas mask. Oh, we won't have to take it to school anymore. Another thing from this party was that one of my friends, she had fallen down in the playground at Barrowcastle School and was in hospital in Great Ormond Street in London. And she was the only child in the village who couldn't attend the party. So they gave her a doll dressed in red, white and blue. And her sister, her elder sister, who was in the acts, she actually took it to Shirley in Great Ormond Street. And sadly, Shirley passed away about 18 months, 2 years ago. But the last time I spoke to her, she still got that doll.
Wow. Wow. Thanks, Maureen. That's really, really helpful. Just to hear what it was like in Barrowcastle. Thank you very much.
I mean, during the war, there was the army were in Barrowcastle. There was an ACAC site at the field, the corner bounded by Church Road and Butt Lane, that field there. There was the army. There was an ACDAC site. And I can remember them coming. I must have only been, I don't know, 4, something like that. But I remember us children all standing there and seeing these army vehicles coming down Butt Lane. But I said there was this hut. I think it's still there on High Road. You probably won't know it's a building. But there was another one on Church Road, the army, and they used to have concerts, sort of the army and the village, and they used to have fancy dress.
I can remember VE Day very well, or a certain part of it. When the VE Day occurred, I was living in London with my mother, father, and sister in Kensington, and I can remember going to, I think, the near Downing Street at the Mall, and where the cenotaph is now, and I can remember Churchill on the balcony, and the place was absolutely packed, and a tremendous crush. There was ambulances going backwards and forwards, and I can remember those because the ambulances had bells. There weren't hooters in those days, and you hear these bells clanging away, and big white ambulances, and the ambulance crews then weren't trained. They just picked people up and take them away. Anyway, the other thing I can remember is that the crowd was so great. I was crushed between my mother and some other man, and my head was caught between them, and he obviously couldn't control where he moved. My mother probably couldn't control where she moved because of the movement of the crowd. And I can remember crying. Bearing in mind I was only 6 at the time, and I can remember crying. And my mother was absolutely furious with this poor man, and for crushing me against her. But I don't think he had much of a chance, really. But I've never seen so many people in all my life, even though I lived in London and I went to boat races and things like that. But that was my memory of VE Day.
I have memories of my sister's wedding. She married a sailor who was on leave. Coincidentally, they picked the date, booked it for St Luke's Church on Aylsham Road, and the day came, we all got dressed up, and I was a bridesmaid and my friend was a bridesmaid, and my sister had wonderful flowers and everything, and we set off and at the wedding. And afterwards we went for a reception. The taxis came and we got in these taxis and everybody was cheering and shouting. The bells were ringing, the church bells were ringing. There were so many people everywhere. And I thought, wow, they've all come to see my sister's wedding. I didn't realise, being 6 at the time, the significance that was Victory Day. I didn't realise that the war was ended or anything. I thought everybody had come to see my sister's wedding, and that was my memory of 75 years ago.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Pat Wall gave me some memories of when she was at school in Norwich in World War II, and how she was so relieved when the war finished and, well, there was no more fear at night. She talked about John Lewis's being totally burnt out, Marks and Spencer's and Debenhams too, and so much devastation. But let's turn our times now to a celebration. Belton has its own very own Elvis in Barry, and Barry, we're just so grateful that you are going to entertain us this afternoon with some really good Elvis songs. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome, good to see you. Hope you're doing okay in lockdown. We're going to have a bit of Elvis coming up for you for the next 15 minutes. Big hello to all my neighbours in Belton. And as I've got the GI outfit on, we'll start with a little number from the movie GI Blues. You ever get more, ever get what, ever get more than ever get one of them days. You ever get more than these boys, you ever get more than these. Yeah, we're nothing right for more than that. You ever get more than these boys, you ever get more than these. Yeah. You get up in the morning and you turn the shower on. Yeah. You get completely more, you're the hot for a gun. Freezing, sneezing, you wanna dry your back. You ever get one of these when there's no towel on the rack. Yeah. You ever get one, ever get one, ever get one of them, ever get one of them girls. You ever get one of them girls, boys, you ever get one of them girls who's all nice but cold as ice. You ever get one of them girls, yeah. You ever get one of them girls, yeah. Girls. You're at the drive a movie and with a cute running, yeah. Counting all the kisses that you figured again. Closer, until she hollers, whoa. You ever get one of them girls who just wants to watch the show? Yeah. You ever get one, ever get one of them days. You ever get one of them days, boys, you ever get one of them days when nothing is right in the morning and night. You ever get one of them days, boys, you ever get one of them days. Yeah. You're on a Sunday picnic, then it stops you for run for balls and not you scratch into you a sore. Hands come dancing, carry out the bread. You ever get lonely days when you should have stayed in bed. You ever get one, ever get one of them, ever get one of them days. One of them days. Okay, right, for this next one, if I get you singing along, I'd like to dedicate this to the all the wonderful care staff, National Health Service, and we go out if you could all sing along. Get your arms in the air for me. It goes a little bit like this. When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong for me, so it's alright. You give me hope and consolation. You give me strength to carry on, and you're always there to lend a hand in every little thing I do. That's the wonder, oh yeah, baby, the wonder of you. And when you smile, the world is brighter. You touch my hand and I'm a king. Your kiss means nothing for you. Your love on me is everything. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me as you do. That's the wonder, the wonder of you. Say mom's up in the air, here we go. Oh, You love me as you do. That's the wonder of you. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do for you now, nice party song for you. Get you singing along. Keep your arms in the air. Busy Boss, Neil Diamond, this one. Elvis sung it in about 1971. It goes a bit like this. Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Sing along with me. Sing that song. And so what can you call today? Here we go. Stretching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Here we go. Sweet Caroline, good time never seems so good. Oh, I've been inclined to believe they never would, and now I look at the night, it don't seem so lonely. We fed it up with only two, you know that. And when I heard it was off my shoulders, how can I hurt when holding you? Walls get heavy, touching one, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good time never seems so good. Oh, I've been inclined to believe they never would. Oh, sweet Caroline, good time never seems so good. Okay, well, I'll do a beautiful love song for you now. Originally comes from the movie Blue Hawaii, this one. And it goes a bit like this. What's meant to say, only who's rushing, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? Probably. If I can't help falling in love with you, like a river flows surely to the sea. Down so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. sea. Down so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you. Thank you very much.
I think that's a cheese one. You want sweet?
Well, how are you managing? We're sat outside. It's been raining hard. Tim's standing there with an umbrella, protecting the camera. We've had to cover up some of the food so that it didn't get wet. The cat's sitting there looking at us, thinking that we are mad. Well, maybe you've been sensible and gone indoors. We've certainly had some photographs of people indoors with their picnics, which probably would make much more sense. But we're set up outside, so we're going for it. We're staying outside, as you say, Tracy. We're having scones and cake and sandwiches and all sorts. And Tim's just standing there with an umbrella and eating. So, we're now going to move on. We're now going to move on to a couple of songs from Barbie and Jim. Thank you.
Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Track 29, for you can give me a shine. Can you afford to board the Chattanooga choo-choo? I've got my fare and just a trifle to spare. You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. When you hear the whistle blowing into the bar, then you'll know that Tennessee is not very far. Shovel all the coal and got to keep it rolling. Woodwood and Chattanooga, there you are. Oh, there's gonna be a certain party at the station. Selling and ladies I used to call funny face. Oh, she's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roam. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. When you hear the whistle blowing into the bar, then you'll need the Tennessee is not very far. Shovel all the coal and got to keep it rolling. Whoa, Chattanooga, there you are. Oh,
Hello everybody, this is an English Second World War song.
It's about the blackout. Everything had to be blacked out. But it says they can't black out the moon, the romantic moon. I'm not afraid of the dark, are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Gee, but it's nice in the dark with the moon.
The moon.
And you.
And you.
When we go strolling in the park at night, the darkness is a boon. Who cares if we're without a light? They can't black out the moon. I see you smiling in the cigarette glow, but the picture fades too soon. But I see all I want to know. They can't black out the moon. Oh, we don't grumble, no, 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 we don't worry about alarms. But when you stumble right into my arms. And when you kiss me, don't you realize that my heart's like a big balloon? And like the love light in your eyes, they can't black out the moon. We don't grumble. No, 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 we don't worry about alarms. But when you stumble right into my arms. And when you kiss me, don't you realize my heart's like a big balloon? And like the love light in your eyes, they can black out the moon. Thank you.
Thanks, Barbie and Jim. That was excellent. We have had quite a few photographs. Please do keep sending them to me, Rosie at rosiebunn.co.uk, or putting them on the All Saints Belton website. That would be Facebook page, I mean. That would be great. And we're hoping to put some of those photographs on as they come up, as we're sent to us. So thank you. This has all been about a tribute to the millions of people that were involved in World War II, to those who died. So let us remember those who selflessly gave their lives at home and abroad, whose sacrifice enables us to enjoy the peace and freedom we have today. Let's remember those who came home wounded physically and mentally, and the friends and family who cared for them. Let us remember those who returned to restore their relationships and rebuild their working lives after years of dreadful conflict and turmoil. Let us remember the families that lost husbands, sons and sweethearts. Let us remember the servicemen, merchant seamen, miners, brave civilians and others from Commonwealth and Allied countries who fought, suffered and died during several years of war. Let us remember those in reserved occupation and the brave people who kept us safe on the home front, the doctors and nurses who cared for the wounded, the women and the men who toiled in the fields, those who worked in the factories, all who played such a vital role in the war effort at home. Maybe it feels a little bit like that at the moment, with all the NHS staff toiling and working so hard to keep us safe and to help us, being restricted in what we can do. But as we celebrate the end of World War II, we will also eventually be able to celebrate the end of our lockdown. But in the meantime, let's make the most of it and enjoy the time to party today. So, pour yourself another drink, and Tracy's going to sing a sing-along with Tracy.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart lies there. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart is there. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, 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 while you've a lucifer to light your fag. Smile, boy, that's the style. What's the use in worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, 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 while you've a lucifer to light your fag. Smile, boy, that's the style. What's the use in worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. To swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you may grow up to be a mule. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He has no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. And if you don't care a feather or a fig, you may grow up to be a pig. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? A fish won't do anything but swim in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. To fool the people is his only thought, and though he's slippery, he still gets caught. But then if that's the sort of life is what you wish, you may grow up to be a fish. And all the monkeys aren't in the zoo. Every day you meet quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. You can be better than you are. You can be swinging on a star. They were summoned from the hillside. They were caught in from the glen. and the country found them ready at the Sterling call for men. Let no tears add to their hardship as the soldiers pass along. And although your heart is breaking, make it sing this cheerful song. Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark cloud shining. Turn the darkness inside out till the boys come home. Overseas there came a pleading, help a nation in distress, and we gave our glorious laddies honor, made to do no less. For no galleon son of freedom to a tyrant's yoke should bend, and a noble heart must answer to the sacred call of friend. Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark cloud shining. Turn the dark cloud inside out till the boys come home. Turn the dark cloud inside out till the boys come home.
Trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft, but then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowin' reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band, and now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tooty-lad, a tooty blows it eight to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes a company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Plays boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a bzz bean. And when he plays, he makes the company jump eight to the bar. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Do 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 da do da do do. He blows it eight to the bar. He can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early fright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
washing on the Siegfried line. Have you any dirty washing, mother dear? We're going to hang out the washing on the Siegfried line, 'cause the washing day is here. Whether the weather may be wet or fine, we'll just rub along without a care. We're going to hang out the washing on the Siegfried line, if that Siegfried line's still there. Mother dear, I'm writing you from somewhere in France, hoping this finds you well. Sergeant says I'm doing fine, a soldier and a half. Here's a song that we all sing, this'll make you laugh. We're going to hang out the washing on the Siegfried line. Have you any dirty washing, mother dear? We're going to hang out the washing on the Siegfried line, 'cause the washing day is here. Whether the weather may be wet or fine, we'll just rub along without a care. We're going to hang out the washing on the Siegfried line, if that Siegfried line's still there. Whether the weather may be wet or fine, we'll just rub along without a care. We're going to hang out the washing on the Siegfried line, if that Siegfried line's still there.
When the lights go on again all over the world, and the boys come home again all over the world, and rain or snow is all that may fall from the skies above. A kiss won't mean goodbye, but hello to love. When the lights go on again all over the world, and the ships will sail again all over the world, then we'll have time for things like wedding rings, and free hearts will sing when the lights go on again all over the world. When the lights go on again all over the world, and the boys are home again all over the world, and rain or snow is all that may fall from the skies above. A kiss won't mean goodbye, but hello to love. When the lights go on again all over the world, and the ships will sail again all over the world,
Thank you. That was Ella, the daughter of Mrs. Thurtle from Moorlands. It's been good to see that Mr. Lee, the head teacher at Moorlands, has been watching. He's the one that's going to be judging all the photographs that we've had from you for your best dressed people and best dressed places and spaces. So please do keep sending those photographs in. That judging won't happen for a good few days yet while we gather all the photographs together. Thank you for joining us. We've had a great time. You can continue, of course, in your celebrations. Such a shame that the rain showers have put a kind of an end to things happening outside, probably. But we've just kept on going, and probably some of you have done too. But thanks for joining us. We will be online at 10:30 to do a commemoration service for VE75 on Sunday morning at 10:30 on All Saints Belton Live 2. And there'll be a service too for Borough Castle on Amazon Chime. So all I need to say is cheers and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.